Good morning. It's 8:20 on Wednesday, the 9th of September. That's 9/11. And on Friday, it's Friday the 13th, and it's a new moon, so be careful. Well, here I am in Nairn, and I made an early start this morning because I'm quite prepared, and obviously I've studied the map over and over again for today, and I know it's going to be over 20 miles, so it's going to come as no surprises to me, which is why I've made an early start. I had to hold on a little while because it was quite a heavy shower just before I started, but I was up early. I posted day 517 at about 7 o'clock this morning, so that's another day that you can have a look at. It's only a relatively short film, it's only 30 minutes, and simply because there wasn't that much to show you, but there's some very interesting people that I met. I stayed at the site near to Colleen's little snack bar, which I called at yesterday, and it wasn't actually a husband that I was talking to. It was, she was his boss's wife, that's right. He was a lovely guy. He came to see me a little bit later on to see if I was okay, that I got parked. And it was lovely, it was nice and quiet, and just around the corner there was the snack van, and so this morning I went to Colleen and I've got a couple of bacon sandwiches, so I haven't had any supper yet, any breakfast yet, so I'm going to have it now, and just now that I've got to the seafront here and I've been able to find exactly where I want to be, had a good look at it, and then I'm going to have this little bite to eat now. I've got plenty of food with me today, plenty of drink. I've got no excuses for running out of energy or anything like that. I've got quite a heavy rucksack actually with all the food and stuff, but it's necessary because I know it's going to be a long day. I drove the van down to the railway station and got parked up there because it's my intention to get to Inverness, to the railway station, and then get a train back to here, especially because I learned yesterday that I can use my rail card, my pensioners senior rail card, and it's going to work out to be an awful lot cheaper than the buses, and it's just a pity I didn't sort of push this a little bit harder in the beginning, because I did catch quite a lot of trains and paid the full price, whereas I could have got my discount. And as I say, it is cheaper than the bus, it's quite a lot cheaper. But, you know, these things happen. And I sat and calculated last night as well as doing a few other things. And I'm still sorry to a lot of people that I'm just not having the time to do some of the more basic sort of hellos and thank yous and stuff. I will catch up. It's just that I'm just absolutely hell-bent at the moment on getting the walks done, getting the films made. And I'll tell you how critical it is. Today's the 11th, and I'm hoping to be in John O'Groats by the 22nd, which is the date that I predicted, and there's one or two other people who are interested in that because I am calling to see some people, and the programme that I did actually put on Facebook is running absolutely spot on. So I've got 11 days to do 9 days walking, which sounds almost impossible, and I'm not going to give up on being as near as I can possibly be to the 22nd. And it's wishful thinking, but you know me, I have my ups and downs, as you know, and I get a bit fed up at times. And it was hard work when Ralph was here, but I'm still okay, I'm still doing the job, I'm still enjoying it, I've still got a smile on my face. I had 2 really nice telephone conversations last night, which made me feel a lot better. Long telephone conversations. One with Trish, and she's fine. I got a lovely message from my friend Nicole, and she's desperate to get up and do some walking with me, which was good news. And I'm still waiting to hear, and I will hear from Ralph and also from Ray, who definitely wants to come up. It was quite comical that he said, can you arrive a little bit later than the 22nd, because I'm at a wedding on the 21st. So I've told him I will, and so therefore it's going to be more like the 23rd, 24th before I actually do the walk in, I would imagine, and that sounds quite realistic. So it's a lovely morning. As I say, we had some rain just before I started. There are still some heavy clouds up there. It's a little bit colder than usual. There's a wind coming in off the land, and I'm heading direct west. And I'm hoping, as I say, to get there in one piece. And I will be tired. There's no doubt about it. I won't be doing any editing tonight. The forecast for the rest of the week is really good, I think, with the exception, there's just one day, I think it's maybe Friday, where it's forecast rain. But apart from that, everything's looking great. So, hootsman. There's a moose loose about this hoose. So I've just met this chap David, who's quite a knowledgeable guy. He knows his local stuff, and as you can see in the distance there, Nairn, I haven't come far. I've probably come about half a mile from the pier. So have you always lived around here then, David? Is this your neck of the woods?
No, I'm actually from Glasgow, Jim.
Oh, really?
My wife and I moved up here 5 years ago.
Yes.
And we've been living here. It's a beautiful spot.
A different world to Glasgow then?
It certainly is, yes. I'm very fond of Glasgow, but this is beautiful, so we love it here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I've got Glasgow to come yet. I'll be doing that next spring.
Good.
And because I'm approaching this, like I'm walking to John O'Groats now, but then I'm having a winter break once I've got there.
Right.
And then I'm going to start again in March next year and walk up the west coast from Gretna Green to John O'Groats, and that'll do the full 5,000 mile circuit.
Oh, fantastic.
So what you're saying to me then is I need to walk along here to pass to the golf course, and there's two white houses. If I turn left, then I'll pick up the road that I'm looking for.
That's keeping it simple, but yes, the ice house, it's where the salmon fishermen used to store their catch.
Ah, really?
And they've preserved the two buildings. They're really nice.
Excellent.
And you can't miss them as you walk along the coastline there.
Yes.
Take a left and you'll hook up with the road you want to take you towards Inverness.
Very nice.
How does that sound?
That's absolutely wonderful. Thank you very much indeed for your wonderful details. I mean, I've got my iPhone with my maps and everything, but it's always good to get a bit of local knowledge.
Yes, indeed.
You know, maps don't tell you everything. You can run yourself into trouble sometimes.
I know.
You know,
too much information sometimes.
Yes, that's
but
right.
Keep it basic. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
Fine.
And it's a long walk today, but I'm confident. I mean, I did a 22-mile walk the other day, and even though it exhausted me, it had to be done. It's one of those situations today. And of course, the other excitement of it is a bit of a landmark reaching Inverness, because then my final walk is heading north. You know, I've been walking direct west since I left Fraserburgh, which is over 100 miles. Now I'm turning north, and when you look out there, you can actually see where I'm walking.
Yes.
And it looks fairly. I know these two islands here that are in the foreground. I'll be at the other side of them. I'll be getting the bridge over to Dingwall.
The Cromarty Gap we're looking at over there.
Yes.
And Invergordon, which is a port for some of the cruising vessels.
Yes.
Just in there, out of sight.
Yes.
But yes, you're looking kind of north-northwest there. So.
Yeah. So Dingwall, I'm heading for Dingwall. That's beyond
Dingwall's over the top of the hills
top.
as we look
yeah.
here. There's a mast on top of the hill, a radio mast.
Oh, that's
It's
Dingwall.
right over the top of that.
Oh,
Dingwall
really?
you'll get. Yep.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much indeed. You're a lovely guy.
Oh, nice to meet you,
you've got
Jim.
a fabulous little dog.
It sounds like you're having a wonderful adventure.
Look at this.
This is Ollie.
Who is it?
Ollie.
Ollie, you're a lovely fella, Ollie. Aren't you, eh? Gorgeous, aren't you?
It's 9:45 now, and I've just done exactly 10,000 steps, which is more or less 5 miles, and I'm doing quite well. It's a lovely morning, but what you can't see is that I'm facing into a fairly stiff breeze, but it's not uncomfortable and it's not cold, and I'm doing great. I'm loving it. Met some nice people, and I've walked right along the beach and also on this golf course, and it is absolutely stunning course. Not that I know much about golf, but it looks absolutely beautifully kept, and all the people say hello. It's wonderful, and I've just walked right across the course. Nobody bothers you at all. It's this kind of freedom to roam in Scotland apparently, which is very useful. And I've just been given some good advice by a couple of golfers who said, well, this is what you want to do, you know, turn left, turn right. And so I'm getting some really good local advice, and that's really important. It's just gone 1 o'clock now, and I'm in Ardesia, I think it's how it's pronounced. Just called in at the, what was obviously the library, or maybe the town hall or something, where it was a multi-purpose kind of place now, and they sold very good tea, which is my first one for 5 hours, which is quite remarkable. So I've done about 11 miles, and I've just seen a sign just a little way back saying Inverness 12 miles. So with a bit of luck, that's going to be, assuming the weather stays the same, that's going to be somewhere around between 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, which is quite reasonable, providing I can press on into this very strong wind that I'm facing continually. It's not pleasant actually, and it's funny, by accident this morning I left this on. I forgot to take it off, and I'm glad I did forget to take it off as well, because it's not very warm at all. But there's nothing exciting about this. It's just one of those grit your teeth, get it done. There's not a massive amount of nice scenery to see, but it is part of the coastal path and it's got to be done. And I know I'm going to be shattered by the end of it, and then I've got to catch a train. I've got to get right into the centre of Inverness and find the train station and get myself back again to Nairn where the van is, and then I'll make a decision what to do later. So, as I say, I'm sorry I can't show you any more than I can to see myself. I know I've said this before. I shouldn't really be apologising, but it's hard work, I'll tell you. This is hard work. And I expected it. It's no big surprise to me. I'm not upset about things, providing there's no closed roads or broken bridges. I'll be dead happy. It's 2:45 now, and I've just checked my Fitbit. I've done 32,000 steps, which is around about 15-16 miles. I've still got about, I don't know, 6 or 7 to do, maybe slightly more, to get right into the centre of Inverness. This traffic is relentless, but certainly not as relentless as the wind. I've had a headwind every inch of the way, and it's gusting at around about 15-20, I just needed to get out of the wind, and I don't know what the shelter is. Maybe there's been a bus stop at some time, or maybe it's just for knackered walkers to get some recovery from the traffic and the wind. I've always got something to complain at, haven't I? But this is hard work. I knew it would be. I'm not complaining, it's got to be done. I was thinking, in the last 6 walking days, I've done 88 miles. 4 of them with Ralph when I did 62, and I've done a 22, and I'm going to be doing probably a 22, 23 today. And I really don't know where I get the energy from, if I'm to be honest with you, because it's really hard work. For all I say that's good about Scotland, mostly the people and the scenery, and it's a stunning place, there's no doubt about it, absolutely. But on this coastal path walk, it's 80% roads, it's no fun really. And it makes me worry about doing the next leg when I've reached John O'Groats, and then I have a break, and then I come back. I bought myself a car. It's only a small car, I might have told you this already, and it's been my engineer man Graham in Grimsby bought, well, I sent him the money and he bought it, and he's going to get it in prime condition. And all this busing and everything, it's the idea being that I'm going to have my own set of wheels in tow behind the van, and I won't need to catch a bus at all. And obviously on the west coast I've got to go all the way around, you know, like this, I don't know how far it is actually. It's got to be about equal distance from on the east coast, from say Berwick to John O'Groats. I would imagine it will be roughly the same, but my intention is to start as early as I possibly can, probably March, April, and the weather might not be brilliant and the nights won't be that long, but as I get into it, I just want to avoid all the holiday traffic. I want to get the job done before the holiday traffic actually gets on the road, and you know, that's my intention. So the good news is, you see what I mean about this traffic, it's just it's absolutely relentless. When I get to Inverness, I'll be turning north, and so then the wind as it is now will be behind me. But I'm going to be tired tonight. I'm going to get back up to Nairn, and then I'll just make a decision what I'm going to do. I'll be probably too tired to do anything. I'll probably just want to go straight to bed. Well, it's just after 4 o'clock and I've come off the A98. It would be suicide to stay on there. It was dangerous, I was frightened. There were convoys of traffic and they were just giving me no room whatsoever, no regard, no respect, nothing. And I've had enough of that. I can see Inverness from here. It's only about 4 miles. But it's the wrong time to do it, and whether I get another opportunity to do it, I'm not sure. Maybe I might do tomorrow, but the only time I'm going to do it safely is first thing in the morning. And if I'm to be honest with you, I can't really be thinking along those lines. I just can't be bothered. I've had a very long day. I've done 39,000 steps, which is 20 miles again, and I'm knackered. I expected to be, in fairness, but I cannot cope with that traffic. This is really getting spoilt, this walk, because of the amount of road walking, and the reason for that is it's absolutely no fun whatsoever. And although Scotland offers some wonderful facilities and some wonderful coastal paths in certain areas, the rest of it, it's not for walkers. Scotland, East Scotland, is not for walkers. Maybe like me, who are doing the whole whack, but this is. I'm going to die on these roads. I don't want to do that. I've got my whole life to live. I'm not doing this for nothing.